Hey guys, in this video I want to compare my Galaxy S4 Active versus my Galaxy S4 having Android 4.3 here, the Google edition installed. Let's see here, you can see how awesome it looks like. It looks fresh, it looks fly, it looks awesome. So we go down to the phone. There you go. Looks awesome. Like jelly bean, jelly bean, jelly bean, jelly bean. And of course we also though got jelly bean here on the Galaxy S4 Active. So the first thing, if this is the first time you are watching this video, the first time you might be wondering what is the difference between let's see, let's put up this one also pretty quick same time. You'd be like, wow, what is the difference between Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean and Android 4.3? Well, first of all, the first thing that you might be seeing here is that the Google Edition firmware here of Android 4.3 is not with Samsung's own skin that they have on top of Android, which is the TouchWiz skin here that you do get on the S4. This is a firmware that I actually had to install myself, which is the stock version of Android, and you have to install this if you don't buy the Google Edition if you want to have this like fresh, or else you kind of get this experience here, which is on the S4 Active, which is with TouchWiz installed, where you have apps here on the right side, and looks a little bit different here in the theme, and then we do have the widgets, but overall there, you know, you can see definitely here how it looks different in terms of UI, how the stock experience of Android looks like versus the TouchWiz experience, which is a little bit more bluish, while this one is a little bit more dark and another blue color, kind of like a robotic color actually. When we go down from the top here, we can see that I actually do like TouchWiz more here, because they immediately show you some quick toggles that you can enable and disable, and if you buy the Galaxy S4, of course you will get even more toggles in there, and then you have this quick brightness slider here, which is pretty awesome. Here you can see you got a little bit less toggles, which is a little bit annoying, but we'll probably do for most people. And then I can also go over some other software features and changes, and definitely go over specific apps like browser, gaming, and do all those things compared to Galaxy S4 versus the Galaxy S4 Active versus the normal Galaxy S4. But if you look at in terms of specs, they both have the same processor, 1.9 GHz quad-core processor, same GPU, the Adrian 320 GPU, so very good GPU here. In terms of thickness, the S4 Active is actually, it is a little bit thicker, and it also has a little bit more weight to the device. Also has another material here on the back, and you can also see here on the front side the buttons here, just because the Galaxy S4 Active is a waterproof smartphone. Then they have to tweak that. You can see I have a metallic button that I did put on top of my Samsung Galaxy S4. If you take a look here at the back side, we can see here you have this kind of rubber material up here, which I think looks pretty cool on the Galaxy S4 Active, where you have this more like a glossy look here. Personally, I do think this looks a little bit more badass, and the 20 to 25 grams of extra heavy weight to the device is pretty cool. I think it makes the S4 Active feel very good in the hand. You can also see the design down here at the bottom, which I think looks pretty awesome and impressive. You can still take off the back here, even though this is a waterproof phone. So if I just take it off pretty quick here, you can see that you get kind of the same features here that you would get on a normal Galaxy S4. And this is just the Active variant, of course, which is meant for those people that want to have a little bit more of a durable phone in terms of usage around dust and water. Be aware of though that the front screen should only have Gorilla Glass 2 versus that you get the newer version here on the Galaxy S4, which should be Gorilla Glass 3, so it should be a tiny bit of a difference there. Also, we can say about specs here, you get an 8-megapixel camera here on the Galaxy S4 Active versus the 30-megapixel camera here, so you get more pixels here on the Galaxy S4. so you can definitely go into that. This is how the apps looks like, by the way, for Android 4.3, and this is of course how the TouchWiz app looks like, which is having another feature that the Galaxy S4 doesn't have, and that is a cool underwater mode here. So when we go to aqua mode, this should be a mode for taking underwater pictures. I will be taking a closer look at that, definitely, to check out the app, but this UI that you can see here is a pretty cool UI that the first the Galaxy camera got this UI, and then it got adopted to the Galaxy S4, which is pretty nice. You can still take very, very good pictures with the smartphone, but of course it won't be as in high resolution as the 30 megapixel sensor that you do get here on the S4. Also, I've been trying out some gaming, and it seems like the Galaxy S4 Active also is getting a little bit warm here, but it could actually be a little bit less warm because it's a little bit bulkier here, and yeah, I've been trying that out in different kinds of games, so you can definitely check out that performance. And also, it's not just it's not just the camera that's slower, but also the display here is a TFT display compared to AMOLED displays here. So AMOLED displays are actually AMOLED, that's usually what Samsung is using. LCD displays are still good, as you can see here, or TFT display. It's still very, very good display here, but I might be taking a closer look at that in another video, like fully going over it. What is like the differences, when is AMOLED better, but overall I would say that AMOLED usually will look a little bit sharper here, but still TFT display is still decent display. But when you're looking at it from the side, it doesn't look as impressive, definitely. And people are saying to me that the AMOLED display kind of looks unreal when you're looking at it. As you can see over here, it looks very, very gorgeous. While this display is still good, but it doesn't look as impressive. And this is something that you can see more when you are really playing around with the device. But it's still very, very gorgeous displays. It's still very, very, very gorgeous. I'm not gonna say it's bad or anything, especially an awesome display for a high-end smartphone. As you can see here, the Galaxy S4 Active is not getting all the features that the Galaxy S4 has, because it doesn't have like some of the sensors. So you can see here that you don't get as many toggles in here, like Air View, Air Pause, and cool things that you can do in the browser when you have the TouchWiz version of the S4. You can really do some cool stuff there in the browser, scroll with your hand and with your eyes and stuff. It's pretty intense. So I might be going over that as well in another video. And let's see here. Also a pretty cool thing about this device is that if you're looking at it, this phone is waterproof, as I said, but it has a headphone jack that's open up here, because you don't have to close it, because they have already made it waterproof on the inside, which I think is pretty intense. Let's see, what is this? QCOM, it says QCOM 4G up here, and this little sticker that I probably should be taking off. You do have one hole down here though to think of, which is the hole for charging the device. So you can just quickly open it up and quickly close it, so that it doesn't have a hole up here or thing that you need to close. Is something I definitely do enjoy compared to Sony, that also has a waterproof phone out on the market. But that one is a little bit more annoying because you have all these flips and things you need to close. On the S4 Active you only have one place, and that is at the bottom, and of course you need to really make sure that you have closed and seal the back here. And what they're saying with the phone is that you should first put it on with the top side down here when you're taking off the back, and then you want to squeeze under the LED flash. You want to squeeze out like this, and then of course take a really close look here. I haven't tested if it's waterproof, but of course it should be, because there's like the same IP certification, I'm pretty sure, as the Sony Xperia Z. And then also here, this one should also be waterproof on the inside, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. I really do enjoy this kind of rubber material up here at the top and also at the bottom, and then another cool material here, like a kind of glossy looking material here in the middle, but these like bolts or something looks extremely cool, I think, and I definitely do enjoy them a ton. And if we are going to go over, if you in the future, definitely you can tell me in the comment section down below what kind of specific apps you want to see me do a comparison of, camera, browser, gaming, benchmarking, and everything, to really see in like real world performance, and see if I can find even more exclusive things to the S4 Active that you don't get inside of the S4's software. Could be one thing here. You can see here that we do have the same tab system that you do get in S4. Tab system, of course, is a little bit different here in the stock version of Android. But I did find one thing here when I was looking a little bit close or quick. Let's see here if it was in here. Maybe not. Let's go down. There we go. We do have the kind of cool Torchlight feature, which I'm pretty sure I didn't have on the S4 software, which means that if you press volume up, you can put on kind of like a torch, which I think looks pretty intense. This may be a feature inside of the S4 also, but I think it looks cool. And maybe it is inside of the S4. Maybe I've been forgetting about it, but of course you can also have lock screen widgets here. I didn't check out the lock screen here, of course, on both devices, but you can see here how it looks like compared to the stock version. You can have widgets here on the lock screen, and of course you can also enable that inside of the S4 Active, and also have a quick shortcut to like 4 to 5 apps, which is pretty cool. So tell me in the comment section down below if there's any specific comparison you want to see, and I definitely will see what I can do. But just a quick little look here at some overall things. I may have been forgetting about some things because it's really hard to go over everything in one video. So yeah, peace.